Thanks for the unexpected there. All right, let's get back to, I guess, all these screens we've had. And if we had one for the hardest working and most versatile reporter in the business, I guarantee you Shannon Spake would be on it. She is standing by at Lambeau with more on Minnesota's much maligned quarterback Kirk Cousins, who was magnificent on Monday night in that huge win over the 49ers. Hello, Shannon.
Hey there, I'll tell you what's going to be hard work is not confusing Kurt and Kirk over the next few minutes, because Kirk Cousins has certainly been putting in the work. After starting 0-3, this is a Vikings team that has now won 3 of the last 4. And according to Cousins, this is an organization that's really starting to find its identity.
So as we look out here and we see the leaves change in Minnesota, there's also a sense of change within your team, right?
Yeah.
What's clicking for you guys right now?
It's a good question. I try to ask that same question myself because you want to bottle whatever it is.
We needed this guy over and over again. He would not be denied. On Monday Night Football.
Before Monday Night Football, it was Kirk cannot win in prime time. And then 3 hours later, it's prime time Kirk.
Well, you know, honestly, the narrative's going to flip right back if we lose again on prime time. So there are a lot of positives, getting the win, completing a lot of passes, being good on third down. That's all important, but let's not get too happy.
I'll be honest, first 3 weeks of the season,
this team is struggling.
Your team goes as far as your quarterback will take you.
So when people start to write you off after 3 weeks, do you say, whoa, whoa, whoa?
You know, the losses have been close. It's been 2 plays where you say, man, if we just make those 2 plays, we probably win the game.
The ball is loose. Impossible.
It's difficult to truly say, hey, I think we're going in this direction and know for a fact. I think we have a really good group of quality people who do things the right way. I believe that good things are going to happen as a result.
The story that everyone is following right now is the trade deadline on Tuesday, right? You're in control of your own destiny right now. So why is this the place where you want to finish your career?
Well, when I was drafted to Washington, I had always said I'd like to be a one-team quarterback. And when it didn't work out there and I came here to Minnesota, I said, well, if I couldn't be a one-team quarterback, I'd like to be a 2-team quarterback and really be remembered as a Minnesota Viking decades from now.
Yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why they call it the present.
I reached out to some of your peers. I asked them to describe you in one word. Resilient.
Yeah, get hit a lot.
Professional. Authentic.
You gotta take it, man.
Nerd.
I love it.
Not one of these screams to me, bare chest, diamond dripping, gold chain. Kirk Cousins, who are you?
I think the 4 they said are fair. Having the chains is what made that so fun. And really, we got to bring it back. You know, we got to get on a run here where we can bring it back.
Well, I can't let you go, you know, without playing a little music, right? I mean,
Creed got played before we went out in the field. That may have made the difference, so.
I think this is the next one you got to use, right?
There it is, with arms wide open. Yep. Absolutely. I mean, if we can win a game and get that going in the locker room.
With arms wide open.
There it is. Arms wide open, one last breath. There's a lot of good songs. We got to play them all. We got to win to get to play the Creed catalog.
Cousins told us the first time he ever came to Lambeau Field was back in 2003. He sat in the stands with his dad. He was 15 years old and watched Brett Favre play on this field. Today he plays in his 150th National Football League game and said he'll absolutely reflect on that time. And Terry, as you saw, I tried to get him to sing a little Creed and he was not biting. So I'm hoping someone in the studio bails me out before the end of the show.
Okay, Shen, nice job. Listen,
he's going to save it for later. That's what he's saying.
Listen, there's just one thing about
Not sure we could take you higher.
Howie, be quiet.
Okay.
Don't say another word. There's one thing about playing sports in general. You're going to get some kind of reputation, perception people have of you. Up here, you've got a perception. You don't know us. Mine was when I played that I wasn't the smartest knife or sharpest knife in the drawer. How that got started, I don't know, but I've lived with it. I've managed it, and everything's okay. I think Kirk is one of those guys. He's a guy that everybody's always saying, if they had a better quarterback, if they had a better quarterback. 35 for 45 last week against a pretty doggone good 49er defense says it all about this guy. Does he win a big game? Has he won a... That's all he needs on his resume is the Super Bowl. He truly is a one-of-a-kind. He's a great guy. He never complains. He never points fingers. And he just studies. He prepares. And you can tell that Kevin O'Connell, his head coach, loves him. The players love him. And he's got a rookie, Addison, that's in there playing lights out for these guys, the #1 pick out of the Southern UFC. So hats off to Kirk Cousins, and keep it up, man.
Hey, let's talk about